What happens now? Are you Dr. Clewett now?
Technically, no. Technically, I don't get to be Dr. Clewett until I graduate, I think. But we're now into university bureaucracy and not something I really wish to spend a lot of time thinking about. So, well, I think I get to be doctor in about July, but I filled in some form. I can't even remember what it was. It was some inconsequential form. I think it was a sort of "we'll call you back" form for the council, because my bin didn't get collected the other day or something stupid like that. And it said, title, and I put doctor, and that felt good. But I genuinely haven't had time to change my credit card yet. The reality is that the work we're doing at the moment is so exciting, and we've really got a tiger by the tail, and looking forward to telling you about it, but we want to finish it first, that I don't want to stop. I've been working so hard, and I guess there's a small part of my mind, let's be honest, it's a big part of my mind, that says, well, you're a doctor now, James, so you've got to perform like a doctor of physics, and I'm working triply hard trying to live up to that title. Of course, I feel like I've accomplished something, and I have. So, yeah. But the truth of it is it feels like a start line, not a finish line. There's so much more beyond this that I think perhaps all that's really happened is the gates have opened and they say, come in, James, and now you can start the real work. So it's almost like I've just crossed some threshold and been welcomed into a club. So I would like to be able to claim some moralistic reason for having the camera in there, that I wanted to create a video that would help other people coming into the same thing. That's not true at all. But since it exists, and I guess people can sort of see that it shouldn't be some big scary thing. It should be an opportunity to talk about work that you're really interested in, that you know really well, with people who are really interested in that work and who know it really well. And that's an enjoyable experience. But there's so much hanging on it that I'm not going to pretend that people shouldn't be nervous. The one thing I have definitely seen is that from all of the people who I've spoken to before my Viva, and that's only 4 or 5, but I've cornered people in the corridor and said, tell me what your Viva was like, I need to know. And everybody has had a very different experience. And so clearly it's going to depend on the content of your thesis, and it's going to depend on the examiners who you get, what kind of Viva you get, and it's going to depend on who you are. Right? If you're not a good talker, if you're somebody who's going to mumble into your chest and not sort of make eye contact and tell them about stuff, then they're going to have to drag it out of you, and you're going to end up sitting there doing hard maths in your Viva. Right? That didn't really happen to me because I was able to look people in the eye and say, this is good work, and this is why it's good work, and this is what it means. And so I think it went really, really well for that reason.
You told me the night before you didn't sleep very well. What happened the next night?
I didn't sleep very well. I was so wired till probably about 3 o'clock the next day in the evening, 3 o'clock in the afternoon the next day. Just hyperactive, eyes like saucepans, excited, still talking about physics. I didn't want to stop. And so I just kept going until I ran out of energy completely and ended up just collapsed in a heap. So I had 2 nights where I didn't sleep, one before and one after, and then the following night I slept like the dead. I guess I was asleep for a good 12 hours to make up for it. It was quite a week. It was a long, hard, very intense week, and not one I'm going to forget in a hurry. Some stand-up comedy in Glasgow as a younger and an Englishman. That was a very nerve-wracking experience, and I know before I went on stage, I would run backwards and forwards to the toilet, just saying, I must need another pee already. I got the worst stage fright. Actually, it's why I stopped doing it, because I just couldn't handle the stage fright. It was outrageous.